And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It looks like we can kick into the game now. So welcome, or welcome, everyone in the chat, all you lovely folks in the chat. Welcome to the first game in this best of 7 series between SY and Chao Ren in the losers bracket. The losers bracket section of the Clan Masters, the final showdown for the round 5. And before anything gets underway, I'm just going to quickly turn that scroll speed down for you guys because we don't want to be zooming around on the map too quickly. So how are we, everyone? We'll have a look at the players. We'll see which gentlemen we have playing with us today, and we'll take it from there. So we can see down to all the southern sort of area of the map here, we do have Team Sai. Over on the left flank, playing in the blue trunks, we have Sai Yinghua, or Love Chang, depending on how you'd like to call him, playing as the Britons. And Britons on the flank, quite nice in my opinion, considering you do normally want your flanks to go some sort of archers, and Briton archers, arguably one of the strongest civilizations to get archers, which is all well and good. But before we do any more introductions, we're just going to have a look at all this laming, all this delicious laming that we always see here. And we can see a little bit of a scuffle here coming in between Loveching Scout and CR Koma Scout as well over here on the left hand side. Whereas on the right hand side, we do have a bit of flaring coming in. But that is just Xing a town centre, and it's going to be interesting to see whether there's a ball steal right off the bat. It looks like we do have Sai Lix, who is playing as the pocket on the Sai team here, the pocket for Loveching here, laming a boar. I would imagine it would be from CR Koma over here, as I can only see one of his boars out here on the front of his base, and Lix also grabbing a couple of sheep there, which is also really strong for the Brits, based on the fact that they do gather those sheep extra quickly. So we've already introduced Lix. He's playing in the red over here as the pocket for our British flank Yinghua, or the Sai team, and he's playing as the Huns, and Huns pocket, that is absolutely fantastic. I mean, Huns pocket or flank, either one is just going to be brilliant. Faster Hunnic stables, bloodlines, fully upgraded knights means they're going to be able to kick some real butt in the castle age, and that's going to be really nice for the Sai team down here on the south. Moving along, we do have Sai Yo, the man, the myth, the legend himself, playing in the green as the Teutons, and again, quite a nice pocket civilization to have. Fully upgraded knights as well for the Teutons, and of course their late game scout rush is just so OP. So it's going to be really nice to see how that one there plays out. And it's interesting to note the distance here as well between Yo and his flank, Feng Xin. Playing in the grey here as the Spanish, and Spanish flank, not exactly the situation you want to be in, but there is quite a bit of distance here, as I've noticed. There's a little bit, it's not exactly a short distance to travel between Yo and his flank here, so it will be quite interesting to see how this one does play out. But yeah, playing in the grey is Feng Xin, playing as the Spanish, and I apologize in advance for any absolutely horrible mispronunciations of these players' names. I am in no way, shape, or form a Chinese or of Asian descent, so I apologize for destroying any of these fantastic players' names. Moving around to the CR team, the Chao Ren team. Over here in the pretty pink, or the pretty purple, we do have So Big Gao. I guess that's right, I have no idea. Playing as the Huns, and again, Hun flank. Hun flank is nothing to scoff at. They can go very versatile, very flexible. We can see man-at-arms, we can see a drush, we can see scouts. There's so many options that the Huns can do on the flank. And he's going to be backed up here by a Briton pocket in the form of Happy playing in the teal. And that's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, Britain's Knights, not exactly anything to jump up and down and write home about, in my opinion, especially considering we do have Yo playing as a Teutons on the opposite mirror to that. So what we do have even more across, we have Panda TV, who is Tim, and Tim's always so much fun to play, to watch rather. I love watching Tim play, even though sometimes he does wall up quite a bit. He is known as quite a bit of a waller, but he's also a very exciting person, a very exciting player to watch as well. Playing in the yellow today, and he's playing as the Spanish in a Spanish pocket, arguably much stronger than the arguably much stronger than the Spanish flank that we do see or that we saw over here for Sai Fengxian, playing on the flank for the Sai team. And to round it all off, to finish it all off, we do have CR Koma, the lad who we did see a boar being stolen from earlier on, playing in the orange over here on the left flank as the Teutons. And it looks like he's clicked up to the feudal age, and it looks like he'll be going for scouts as he pushes in some deer as well. But we do see a drush coming in from Loveching, and it could be pretty strong if he manages to deny its barracks, but the barracks is up quite safely. And we see drushes out here on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we see similarly a drush coming in from the purple player, So Big. And it looks like he's going to be able to try and do a little bit of harassment on the Spanish flank. Fengxian, who we did see walling up a little bit here, which is quite quite a good idea in my opinion as a Spanish, because Spanish flank really difficult to play. But is he gonna just run? Alright, so player 6 here losing his scout for absolutely nothing, as we do see his a couple of scouts getting involved here as well in the drush. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we do have 5 over on berries and a little bit of harassment coming in from Yinghua on the berries of Koma. And this is going to be quite nice, especially considering it looks like, oh, maybe man-at-arms, some funky man-at-arms play coming in. No scouts, but man-at-arms play. But either way, keeping Koma off berries here is going to be really strong, as it is going to reduce his food income and make getting man-at-arms just a little bit more difficult. But it looks like he's into the feudal age now. Do we see man-at-arms coming in, or are we just going to see a drush going into a tower? We do have 4 militia coming out and villagers going forward here as well for Koma. So it looks like he's going to be looking to put a little bit of pressure on his opposing flank, Loveching here. But he's going to find that Loveching is quite well walled up for now. In fact, he's walled off the whole way across his base. But with a tower coming up and man-at-arms, not man-at-arms, sorry, tower coming up and militia about to batter down those walls, we should be good. We should be okay to see if he can break in here and do any damage. And Yinghua recognizing the situation, walling behind that as well. We do see man-at-arms coming in here for Fengxian over on the right-hand flank, sending 2 to take out these 2 militia that are buzzing around from So Big, or player 6, as he pushes out with villagers of his own, as well as a couple of man-at-arms here. He's not going to be able to pick up any villagers luring in the deer out here. Oh man, yeah, the intros are always so difficult to do in 4v4s, it's absolutely crazy. But we do have the tower successfully coming up from the Teutons player out here on the left-hand flank for the CR team. And again, Teuton towers, not exactly the weakest towers you will ever see, owing to the fact that they can chuck a few extra villagers. Owing to the fact that you can chuck a few extra villagers in there. And we do see a Spanish tower rush, or a tower push coming in here from Fengxian as well, to try and bust in against his opposing flank. And that's quite nice, because if he does decide to continue this trush, as it looks like he might do, it means that he's already got the villagers on stone, such that he might be able to more comfortably afford a castle when he does get up into the castle age and start getting out those all-powerful conquistadors. And we do have a little bit of a sling. This could be a sling. Happy is Teal. Teal playing as the Britons, tributing, I actually missed who it was, but I imagine it would be tributing his flank here, playing as the Huns. So getting the Huns up to the castle age as quickly as you can, again, always a strong idea, as we do see that Yo, was it Yo or Lix? It was Lix, my mistake. Lix clicking up to the castle age, going up for double stable knights. So he's going to be able to come over here and help out his flank, his British flank here, who is under a little bit of pressure. He's under a little bit of pressure. He does have, he's got a couple of towers being thrown up in his base, and he is throwing up a defensive watchtower on his on his farms as well. Matty can continue to breathe. It's fine. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't miss anything. But we do see that that Grey Fengxian is pushing in here as we experience a bit of a pause coming in for these players here, which gives me a chance to breathe, so that Smarthy doesn't have to completely worry about my health. Although it was very sweet of her to do so. The Teal player happy here, going up with a few stone walls, trying to keep himself nice and safe. Obviously, as the Britain's pocket, and it looks like we saw before he was going to be going for a bit of a slinging role and settling into that sort of a sling. Stone walling to keep himself nice and safe, such that he can sling resources worry-free and carefree to his to his Hunnic flank here is going to be a very strong idea indeed. We can see the castle age kicking in now for Yo and Lix and Tim as well. So 2 players up into the castle age for the Psy team here, and only 1 is going to be in the castle age for the CR team, owing to the fact that we do have the Teal player happy settling into a slinging role. And just like that, we've caught up with the game, and we have also caught up with the pause as well. Maddie, his passion left him breathless. Absolutely, I think it's just the just being so excited that I get to hang out with you guys on a Sunday morning. I think that's what's leaving me breathless, to be completely honest with you, as well as the fact that we are going to be experiencing a fantastic game. So we have the Castle Age coming in for Lix now. He will be there in just over a minute's time. So all Lovechang out here on the left-hand flank has to do is just survive, and then he can get the nice knights, the helpful knights from his Hunnic pocket to come over and help him out. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, player 6, So Big Diao, I guess that's the way to say it. I'm not sure if anyone could correct me in the chat, that'd be fantastic. Sending villagers forward just to take out these pesky man-at-arms, and the defensive watchtower from player 6 here also being taken down. Man-at-arms obviously getting a nice little attack bonus against buildings there. So he's going to be in a good position, is Feng Xin, as he pushes in and maybe even denies the stable. The Hunnic player, So Big Jiao, also up to the Castle Age, or having clicked up to the Castle Age now, and archers out here on the left-hand side, as we do experience a little bit of a speed up in the game as it does try to catch up into that pause that we just had. But Britain archers coming out here, going to be able to batter away these pesky man-at-arms that are in Lovechang's base. Also going to be able to batter away any pesky villagers that are going to try and do any more funky stuff, as we see the knights coming out. The first knights coming out here from Silix. Yes, I am definitely aware that the yellow player, Panda TV, is Tim, owing to the fact that he has got some pretty walls up. It was, more or less a given. Yo also up to the Castle Age. Teutonic Knight, no, not Teutonic Knight, sorry. Knights from the Teutonic player pushing out across the map here as well, continuing to add pressure to the player 6 flank here in the form of So Big Diao as well. Medi Mumu, go back to lobby. Alright, SMB has let me know to go back to the lobby, so back to the lobby we go.